I'll share a story that I think will do better of explaining predictable revenue model. First company that I worked at, big publicly traded company, $1 billion in annual revenue. It's on the marketing team. And I remember sitting in end of quarter wrap up meeting, marketing's in the room, sales is in the room. Everyone's basically, it's like the quarterly readout. Mind you, I'm like at the very bottom of the totem pole. So I'm in like the back corner, hidden behind all the important people. But we were going through the readouts and it was always just, okay, how did the quarter go? Okay, marketing, do your part, sales, do your part. What's the takeaways? What's the insights? How are we moving forward in the next quarter? Marketing does their part. Forget what it was. It was like marketing exceeds MQL goal by 20%. Everyone's cheering, jumping, clapping. Not literally. There was a lot of excitement from the marketing team. 5 minutes later, sales go and they missed revenue target by 15%. And so to me, that is the perfect example of the predictable revenue model because it's like marketing fill up the top, hand it off. But how do you define MQL? What is going into the top? And when you have two teams that one is heavily surpassing goals and one team that's missing goals, there's a misalignment right there. And that came from that root philosophy of we were following predictable revenue model, which like no fault of the leadership, like that's what was told, that was what was best practice at the time. But from early days, I started to see this disconnect of like, how is it possible that one team can be so far ahead and at that handoff, like something is occurring where it's just not turning into the company goals and hitting all of that. So you want to talk about silos, you want to talk about different goals and everything else. It's all in one spot. So yeah, predictable revenue model, great on paper, not so good in practice.